so it's 4 p.m. I am just finally now getting to YouTube work. Spent most of the day doing other things. And then my evening is also pretty full with other stuff that's going on. So I have about like an hour to an hour and a half now to work on a few things. And then I will have like from 9:30 p.m. onwards through the rest of the night to get things done. So what is on the radar for today is finishing up my MSI Gaming X GTX 1070 review. I just need to firm up a few of the numbers like the audio on the fans. I just need to make sure that the sound profile on the card is actually as low as I recorded it to be, because it's actually pretty whisper quiet. So I'm going to go ahead and just test it a couple more times just to make sure that I have the correct data on that. And since I already have my script written on the Gaming X, I need to record that tonight because I need to get that video out for tomorrow morning so that I can get the card sent out back to MSI this week. But I don't want to carry all of my equipment downstairs for just one video shoot, so I'm going to work my tail off to finish benchmarking this 14-inch MSI notebook right here and get all of that put together, have a script written hopefully by like 11 p.m. get the script done, maybe midnight, and then record like midnight, 12:30, then edit the Gaming X video so that can be put out in the morning for 6 a.m. release time. So pretty full schedule, but I don't have time to really sit down and wait to get things done because there's just so much that is required of me at this point. And as soon as I record all of that, the kids wake up from their naps. So that means that I will have to postpone the finishing touches on the GTX 1070 benchmarking with the sound test, and I will just take the MSI laptop downstairs, sit with them, and try to write the review on that. And while it slightly inconveniences my plans as far as what I was anticipating doing, it's not frustrating at all because I would rather be home with my family doing this kind of work than being out in an office somewhere. I would rather be, one, getting to do my hobby basically, and then two, getting to do it with my children. Like I don't think there's a better gig than that, being able to work on technology reviews just sitting next to your kids. That's one of the principles that I kind of just have to apply constantly as I'm working on all of this, is I have to be flexible. I have a family that I'm taking care of. This isn't my primary job. I have to adjust my needs, my expectations, my wants to basically what else is going on in my life. Yep, they're awake. So I personally don't mind at all having to do this, having to change my plans. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get those reviews done, and I'm not going to have as good of a head start as I was anticipating for 10 o'clock, but whatever, I'll adjust. I'll stay up later. I'll get it done, even though I have to be up at like 7 tomorrow morning. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to get it taken care of because that's what I have to do. I want to spend time with my family. I want to do this technology thing, so I'm going to put in the hard work. So as I begin working on my MSI 14-inch laptop review, one of the first things that I needed to go ahead and do is research what the 14-inch gaming notebook market is like right now, because I'm not at all familiar with it. And to do that, I just went to Newegg and to Amazon and just kind of typed in the specs of a 970M with 14-inch display and a 6700 HQ, and a couple of things have come up. Mainly, it's the MSI notebook. There's a Gigabyte notebook in the same class, and then also the new Razer Blade. So just as I'm doing my reviews, the primary thing is making sure I'm educated on what I'm going to be talking about, so actually doing the research and finding out if it's going up against the Gigabyte notebook and it's going up against the Razer Blade, can it actually match those in terms of price to performance? Because overall, like I can say as a standalone device, this is great. How does it fit into the market in which it's trying to establish itself in? And once I figure out what the American competition is like, I then try to find on the primary retailers in South Africa, do they sell these same models? And so now that I know this Gigabyte notebook exists, and now that I know about the new Razer Blade, I have to see, is this actually going to be brought to South Africa? It's one of the things that happened with the Asus PG34 8Q 34-inch ultra-wide monitor review. It has a direct competitor, the Acer Predator X34, But that's not in South Africa at all, and there's no hints that it's actually coming, so it doesn't actually matter that it has a competitor in the South African market. You're not going to find anything better than the 34AQ. And so I'm now just going through all of the Gigabyte notebooks that are on Wootware's website, trying to find something with a 14-inch display with the 6700 HQ. There's a competitor right there. 3200 by 1800, 16 gigs of RAM, has a terabyte of SSD in RAID 0, GTX 970. So this isn't a directly comparable model, but it's in the same type of class. I mean, this is even 10,000 Rand more than what the MSI is going for. I'm just going to bookmark this and make sure that I remember this exists. My approach for writing the review on the notebook, and more or less anything else that I'm writing a review on, comes down to a few basic things. One, what is this product trying to achieve? Two, how well does it do at accomplishing its tasks? And then three, what is its value in the market and how well does it compare against similar products? Now let's take the MSI GS40 for instance. It's a 14-inch gaming notebook. There's very few things in the market that are like that. So what I have to evaluate at that point is how well does it perform the task of being a gaming notebook? Does it do well with its smaller size? Does it thermal throttle? Does it have issues that would prevent it from achieving its full potential? And then it comes down to how well does it do against the other competitors. And while I don't have any personal experience with the Gigabyte 14-inch or the Razer Blade, more or less you can look at other people's reviews on those products, see what issues they have, and then just really it comes down to price. Like, how well does this thing work for the money? Does it have issues that are going to prohibit you from actually getting what you want out of this notebook? And it's going to be the same thing for the Acer Z35 monitor review. What other 35-inch monitors are out there? What aspect ratio are they at? What frequency do they run at? What's the resolution on them? And how well does the Predator stack up against them? And sometimes you get unique products such as the Asus water cooling laptop. Like, there's nothing else on the market that's like it. However, there are things that are in the same roughly category in that they are gaming notebooks at the $5,000 price tag, so it's easy to make some sort of conclusion there rather than just saying, well, it's perfect because, you know, there's no other water cooling laptop on the market. Like, if I'm going to be objective in my reviews, I have to evaluate it on more criteria than just what it is, but rather what is it comparing itself against? I don't do this perfectly. I'm not fully objective in everything, although I am working as hard as I can to be that way. And then also evaluating on all the criteria that people do care about. I just noticed something that I completely looked over when I was actually reviewing the GX700 laptop. So if I turn off the light, the lid on the GX700 actually glows. I didn't know that. I don't really think it's something that actually should have gone in my review, but it's pretty cool. So it is currently 11:53 and I just finished the scripts for both the GTX 1070 as well as finishing up the MSI GS40. But there's been a slight change of plans. My wife has agreed to take both of the children tomorrow morning, so that leaves me free to be able to record everything for both of those reviews early in the morning instead of having to drag all of my equipment downstairs right now and be super tired, because it usually takes me about like 20 to 30% longer to record when I'm actually tired than opposed to when I'm fresh. I'd rather be fresh for those videos than just kind of fumble my way through them. Instead of getting the GTX 1070 out tomorrow morning, I'm going to go ahead and finish the review on the Rajan Tech Triton 240 and 280 water coolers and get that out for tomorrow, and then work on today's vlog and then record the GTX 1070 and MSI notebook review tomorrow. Hopefully that will let me finally get ahead of something, because what it's felt like for the past few days, especially since I've started these vlogs and started putting these together and editing them, is that I'm barely treading water with all of the work that I have to do, and I want to get ahead. I want to get ahead of my workflow rather than struggling behind with everything that's going on right now. Probably getting to bed again at 2 a.m. Hopefully 3 a.m. is more realistic with it being just before midnight. It is 12:58 in the morning. I just finished editing the Rajan Tech Triton cooler videos, so that's less than an hour to get that entire video done. Now it's time to move on to editing today's vlog. Hoping I can make that 2 a.m. mark, maybe 1:30. We'll see. So, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. 2:24 a.m. Vlog is mainly finished except for this part, which I will go ahead and add in now. I think the point of today's episode, at least for me, is the fact that you just need to remain flexible. Life throws things at you, your kids wake up early, plans don't go exactly the way that you want to, and it's easy to get discouraged, it's easy to get frustrated, it's easy to get angry at the situations that are going on around you, but the key really is just be flexible. Be willing to change your plans. Your plans aren't the be-all, end-all of your entire existence. There are plenty of other people that can ruin your plans. There's plenty of other people who can make your plans better. And just really being available for the things that can change. Even though I don't have my MSI reviews done today like I wanted to, I did get stuff done. I got work done, I adjusted my plans, and I fought for it. I fought for more content today, even though I wanted to go to bed earlier. Now it's time for me to go to bed. It's time for me to say goodnight. I'm tired, I'm rambling, and I'm waking up in 4 hours. 5 hours. I'm waking up in 5 hours. Good night, YouTube. Cheers.